So let's be real, after we hit our 40s, none of our beauty routines from the past working. So I have some amazing, very, very impactful, easy to do micro beauty trends. First one we have is bleaching your brows. Now, why this works is because as we get older, our brows tend to get thin. At least mine are. Mine are paper thin. I have them filled out. But bleaching your brows, it softens the color of them, especially if you're like me and you have fair skin and dark hair. That high contrast as we get older tends to look harsh and age us a bit more. So if you feel like your brows are just really heavy and harsh and you want to soften them a bit, I swear by bleaching them, I've been doing it for years, you all, it is life-changing. It completely transformed the look of my face when I bleach my brows versus when I don't. So I just use a gentle bleach like this, the Sally Hands one. I know y'all are gonna laugh at me. This is very old school, but she still works. So it's just a bleach cream. I get it at a local drugstore. And you just take some of the bleach powder and some of the activator, you mix it up in the little dish, and then you apply it to your brows. I like to leave it no more than 5 minutes or so. If you leave it longer than that, your brows will turn orange. Trust me, I learned from experience. Take the bleach, and Jess has a little stick with it, and you're just going to put it on the brows like this. Don't worry if you get a little bit on your skin. I'll show you how to clean that up. We generally want our hairs to be lighter going to dark. You don't want this to be too light because you still need that framing your face. Once you have the bleach on, then I just take a clean Q-tip and I'll kind of come under here to get it off the skin. So that way it's mostly just on the brows. I don't want to irritate my skin. I'm too sexy for my brows. The things we do to be a woman, right? Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes or so, and you're just going to take a warm, wet washcloth and wipe it off. And do you see how it lightened it just a little bit? My eyebrows aren't black anymore. They're kind of like a dark auburn brown, so it's more close to my hair color. So now when I go to fill these in, it doesn't feel super harsh or make me look older because they're softer. I feel like that's the one thing. Brows make such a huge difference, especially if you're over 40 or as we tend to get older. If you have really harsh brows, it can just make the face look more aged versus very soft and natural and kind of blending into the hair and skin. Next one we have is vibration plate for lymphatic drainage. Now this one, it does work. I thought it wasn't going to. I bought this plate from TikTok. I was like, this is some BS. Is this even gonna work? But I was like, let me try it because I have a lot of swelling in my legs. As we get older, our circulation tends to slow down. And especially for me, after I hit perimenopause age, my ankles get swollen all the time. So here's the vibration plate that I get, you guys. I don't even know what brand it is. Amazon and TikTok all have a ton of them, but this is the one that I got. So you're just gonna stand on it, and then I just use my toe and hit the play button. Woo! But my ankles get really swollen. I'm sorry, you guys have to look at my ankles. They're horrible. Ever since I hit perimenopause, they just get really swollen. And just do this for 10 minutes, and it really helps so much with my lymphatic drainage. This one is genius. I discovered this a few weeks ago when I was kind of messing around with stuff, creating a smudge-proof foundation by mixing it with a sealant. So if your makeup in the middle of your face wears off, if it's hot and humid, and you find that's melting and you have to keep packing on powder, as we get older, we don't want to do powder because it can tend to look very thick and cakey. So my solution for that is to ditch the powder and use a sealant mixed in with your foundation instead. I'm telling you, life-changing results, and my foundation lasted for like 12 hours. Now, during the hot summer, or if you live in a really humid climate, your foundation always tends to melt, especially in the center of the face, the T-zone. You're going to take your foundation, put a drop on your hand. I'm using the Faux Era one. You're going to take a sealant, and I like this one by Makeup Forever. You can use this with whatever makeup product that you want to kind of thin it out, but it's a sealant. Take this little dropper, and we're only going to put 1 drop in the foundation. Don't put any more. You're going to take a sponge. Please don't do this trick with a brush, you all. It's not going to work because it's a sealant. So it's really going to not budge. So you want to do this with a sponge and just tap it on. So right here in my T-zone, because I don't want to have to keep applying powder here, I'm lightly tapping my foundation on with that sealant. Be careful around the eyes. You don't want to put too much, but I'm going to put just a tiny little layer in here, right there around the T-zone with that sealant, 1 drop, and I apply this on top of my foundation so it just kind of sets it. Do you see that? Let me get up to the camera. It locks it down and seals it. So now I don't have to put any powder here at all, or if I do, just the tiniest bit, because the sealant is locking down the foundation so it doesn't budge, but it doesn't look thick or cakey because I'm not using a bunch of powder. Next one is no surprise and is using Glycolic Toner on hands, elbows, and knees. Glycolic Toner is a great exfoliant. It helps with hyperpigmentation, so I use it every day on my face, but I also use it every night on my elbows to help exfoliate them and lighten them up because it's just just a natural, it's a great brightening exfoliant type of product. So I just take the ordinary Glycolic Toner. I talked about this a ton. As you can tell, look, I'm almost empty. I purchased so many bottles of this, I can't keep track. So I just take this and pull out a cotton pad. I'll saturate the cotton pad really, really well. And then let me show you my elbows. I don't know if this is from perimenopause, y'all, but ever since I hit my 40s, I have these dark, rough elbows. Like, what is that? What is that? So every night I just rub this on, and then I just take my coconut oil. You guys know I'm a huge fan of coconut oil for many, many uses. I keep this in the bathroom at all times. I'll just grab a little bit of that coconut oil, put it on my hands, and I'll rub it on the elbows to really hydrate it after that, and then I'll just go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, it's softer, it's not so rough, and just very, very slowly, gradually, it starts to brighten and not be quite so dark. Next we have is full body deodorant for perimenopause. Now, why this works is because as we get through perimenopause, many of us, fuck yes, so full body deodorant helps because it keeps you refreshed and smelling really great for hours on end. So if I put it on at night before I go to bed, even through the night sweats, when I wake up in the morning, I don't smell like musty, sweaty at all. I still smell like an amazing deodorant. So that's why full body deodorant in my perimenopause, for me, has been life-changing. So because I'm in perimenopause, I'm having hot flashes and things like that. In general, I just have sweated a lot. I'm always paranoid about smelling good. So I have used this brand for a long time. No surprise, you all, I talk about them a lot. They're our sponsor for today's video, and it's Lumi. You all know I love them so much. I've talked about them a lot of times. It's a whole body deodorant brand that you can use anywhere. You can use it on your armpits, under your ladies, because I get a little sweaty there. I use it in between my thighs, especially if I feel like they're chafing. You can use it anywhere on the body that you want. It was developed by an OBGYN specifically to be aluminum free. It works great for sensitive skin. They come in lots of different formats. So you have like a stick, which is the one that I use. I'll put it on because I'm a little sweaty today. This is the vanilla scent, you all. That one's my personal favorite. You know I love vanilla, so that one's my favorite. They have vanilla, lavender. They have a body wash too. There's tangerine, peony. So they have the stick. They also have a cream, which is kind of like applies like a lotion. You can just put the squeeze tube out, put a little bit on your fingers. You can rub it anywhere all over your body. So they have a spray one. It has a super fine mist. Look at that, which is super convenient that you can wear as well. So lots of different formats of deodorants that you can wear. It's supposed to last up to 72 hours. It lasts a really long time. I've given it a full day in very hot, humid heat, and it's held up amazing well. I never stink. You guys know I'm paranoid about stinking.
Lumi Starter Pack Bundle is a great deal for new customers because it comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant, a spray deodorant, 2 free products like either the wipes or the mini body wash, free US shipping, and just for my followers, Lumi is offering an extra $5 off when you click the link in the description below and enter the code MarlenaS at checkout.
Now this one, I always get controversy when I bring this one up, but shaving your face. So why this works? No, you will not get hairs growing back in, you all. I say this all the time. It works because you are getting rid of the dead skin cells off your skin. So all of your makeup, your skincare is going to absorb into your skin way better because it has less layers of that dead skin on top. But also getting rid of that peach fuzz and hairs is going to help your foundation look so much more smooth on your skin. I notice a drastic difference when I wear makeup if I don't shave my face versus what I do. It looks like a completely different foundation. Now, whenever I talk about shaving my face, I always get comments from you saying like, oh, it's going to grow in thicker and it's not going to work. Yo, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and I'm telling you, it's the one thing that helps my makeup lay down a lot more smoothly. When I don't shave, my foundation on my skin looks completely different. I just take a cheap razor like this. I get them in a big pack from the drugstore. I only use it one time on my face, and then it goes in the shower. I use it for my body after that, and then I toss it. You want to be very careful not to use a dirty razor on your face. So I just pull back all of my hair here, and I like to start up here because believe it or not, I get some hair up here. And after I wash my face, before I moisturize, I will just run the razor in the same direction as your hair. So I'll go down like this, and then I'll do the chin. And then don't forget under your chin, because I will go out in the wild thinking like, oh, it looks so great. I'll get in the car. I'm like, I've got like several hairs growing here. I got a full beard going on. So I've got to do under here too. So this is where I go up like this. Now when I put my foundation, my makeup on top, it lays better. it looks more smooth, it's more flawless, and your skincare will absorb a lot better. Having all of those dead skin cells and all that peach fuzz and hair off there, it just helps everything work better. Next one we have is body oils instead of thick lotions. Why this works is as we get older, our skin tends to get drier in general, not everyone, but for me especially, I live in Colorado now, my skin is like parched desert. It's like snake skin. And lotions, they don't work as well. I have to reapply them every 2 hours and they're not hydrating enough and I gotta sit there and rub it in. Like I don't have time for that. I have a 5-year-old, I'm in my 40s, I am tired. I have other things to work on versus rubbing in lotion for 10 minutes. So I switched to shower oils. It works because it's more hydrating, it absorbs into the skin, it lasts a lot longer, it's easier to apply. There's so many benefits for me, I've noticed, switching to oils versus lotions. So after I take a shower, I use body oils like this. I really love the xoxo one. I just enjoy it. You can tell I'm blowing through it. This is the second or third bottle that I bought from them because it smells like lemon cake batter. It's so good, you all. Because I moved to Colorado and the weather here is super, super dry, I use oils instead of lotions. With the oils, it's so much faster. I just do a pump right while I'm still in the shower, rub it in on wet skin, let it soak in a little bit, then I'll just pat my skin to dry. I come out of the shower and I'm like a goddess. I'm very hydrated, I'm very glowing. And then if I'm still super, super dry, like winters in Colorado, I am parched, then I'll put a little bit of lotion on top. And bonus tip, you all, if you love to layer fragrances, the Marste Essence Vanille or the Essence Mandarin, just 1 or 2 spritzes of that with this oil smells like a luxurious, delicious creamsicle. So if you love that kind of like zesty but still creamy type of vibe, these two are magic. Next one we have is essences mixed with or under your foundation. Okay, why this works. If you are over 40 and you have not tried essences in your skincare routine or makeup routine, you are missing out. Please trust me. I talk about this all the time. It's not sponsored by them, Haru Haru. I love their essence because in skincare, it adds extra hydration, which I need, but mixing it with a foundation is going to thin it out. It's going to diffuse it and give you more of a flawless look, which is amazing for over 40 skin. So one foundation that I absolutely love, a lot of you all love too, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but it's very, very matte. So if you want it to be a bit more dewy or thinned out to be like a skin tint, then you can just take a pump of that on the back of your hand, add an essence to it. Because it has that light kind of milky formula. Do you see the texture of that, how light and milky it is? You mix a few drops in that with 1 pump of foundation and then just take your brush and it's now going to turn it into a more lightweight, breathable type of foundation. But because the Estee Lauder is a long-wearing foundation, you're going to get the longevity, but you see how it's thinned out? It's giving the lightweight pigmentation, the finish of almost like a skin tint just by mixing that essence with it. Look how beautiful that looks. Here's my skin on this side, and then here's this side. Next one we have is whitening eye drops before filming or events. So this one, why this works, it only works with this one brand, this Lumify. Everyone talks about this, but this works incredible because it helps brighten your eyes. And I never noticed that my eyes were red until I would look back at footage on that I filmed, and I was like, man, why do I look like I'm crying? Like, what's going on with my eyes? But it really does brighten your eyes. So I'm just gonna put 1 drop in here and just give it kind of a second. Okay. Do you see this eye versus this eye? Let me get in. It may be subtle because my eyes are actually not as red today, but I swear it brightens your eyes. So every time I film or have an event and I do the Lumify in my eyes look so much brighter. I look more awake. Even my makeup looks a little bit different just by having brighter white eyes versus like a lot of the redness that I tend to have. But look at that. Do you see how clear they are? Let me know if there's any micro beauty tips that you do that you swear by. I'd love to try them. So don't forget to subscribe. Come back next week for another makeup video. I'm so grateful for your here. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week.